battle? I'll prove my worth.
So tired. I'd kip just about anywhere.
I feel a bit out of place here. Nice place, this. I'm in no hurry to leave.
Not sure why I patrol it, if I'm honest.
Would that all my days were so tranquil. I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible. I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party. If I were your master, I'd not leave this unread.
Shall we take a closer look? Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements. I shan't let them harm you. That was superb, Arisen.
I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
Why not was not?
Consider me unimpressed.
I hope you weren't expecting mercy.
I overheard some of the soldiers standing guard outside the palace discussing a curious rumor.
Regarding the Queen Regent and an important personage, you mean?
Aye. tell is her ties to this figure from the neighboring country have a romantic tint.
This ox cart's bound for the checkpoint rest town. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
An ox cart ought to make our journey easier.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring. One wrong move.
Out the car, all of you.
I grant you like these facts. Impressive, Master. Fight on, and victory shall be ours.
is a battle most fierce, against a formidable foe.
Considering the might of our combined experience, what other outcome could there have been?
Should you espy any large monsters fallen on the road, I ask that you leave them undisturbed. Clearing the high roads of such obstructions falls under the military's purview, you see. But our hands are off.
Perhaps this will seem of little consequence, but different masters favor different pawns. One whom I serve preferred to have beastrons for allies.
Fascinating.
No sense letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Griffin gets the worm, as they say. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with the matter at hand. Perhaps we should have a more knowledgeable pawn join our party.
I would have preferred not to have to fight so soon. At least I know I am up to the challenge. You must not go down the road. Here, strike with lightning on your side.
Try not to catch cold. Hold fast, Arisen! I shan't let you fall!
Arisen is in your charge.
I knew you would prevail, Master.
Say, does this foe not remind you of a certain someone we've met?
What is the matter? We're under attack!
I lack information pertinent to this task. Consider hiring a pawn better apprised of such matters.
I seem to recall there being a treasure chest in this area when I explored it in other worlds. Shall I lead the way?
We have found a material.
I'm sure we'll find a purpose for it in due time.
Pray, sir, seek out the jadeite orb for me. My life depends upon it. As for where to look, you could try asking a bandit, or someone who's apprised of illicit dealings. Might not be easy getting them to talk, mind.
Could it be aught befallen the cenotaph? I'd heard the spirits had calmed somewhat since 'twas erected. If I cannot dissuade you from pressing onward, perhaps you'd consider passing by the cenotaph and making sure aught's aright with it.
Interested in my wares?
If you want my advice, heed no advice save your own.
Would you be so kind as to seek out the jadeite orb on my behalf? You will be rewarded handsomely for your service, of that I can assure you. Larcenous deeds are the ken of bandits. Mayhap one of their ilk could point you in the right direction.
Need anything? Stop by again soon.
No purchases to be made today, I see. I just hope the shopkeep understands.
Browsing was enough to scratch the itch, in my case.
Welcome, sir. Contrary to the name, this little shop of mine deals in naught but the finest treasures. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Ah, I see you desire one of my masterpieces. Very well. I shall have your order crafted in good time. A little patience is all I ask. The creation of a masterpiece takes time, sir. Pray do not rush me. Hope to see you again.
The jadeite orb is safe in hand.
Not to look forward to, but a long day of work. Must hold out till someone comes to
Interested in my wares?
I'm ready for patrol.
Am I shedding?
I'm still waiting on that report.
Reckon your road trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least you'll find a bit of peace and quiet.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
I return safe and sound.
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
I hope you slept well.
Welcome, sir. Contrary to the name, this little shop of mine deals in... If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. The creation of a masterpiece takes time, sir. Pray do not rush me. Many thanks to you.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the jadeite orb? Very well. Pray continue your search. May it bear fruit anon.
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
They can be most convenient, though they travel only during the day.
Wait for the new equipment coming.
Well, hello there, sir. What can I do you for? Oh, there's always demand for weapons, particularly near the border, where quarrels occur every other day. Do come again? Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Not to look forward to, but a long day of work. Well met, son. How might I be of...
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the item you requested is complete. Here you are, sir. Use it well. Many thanks to you.
We have a... Acquired a forgery. I cannot speak to its...
Welcome, sir. If you think me a liar, then buy something and see the truth for yourself. Many thanks to you.
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
Nice, juicy pieces. Because I'm tired. Just barely slept a wink. Reckon your road's been a long one. Trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least, you'll find a bit of peace and quiet. Pleasure doing business with you. Interested in my wares? Suppose I'm tired. Barely slept a wink.
There you are! Pray, tell me, have you found the jadeite orb? Oh, thank you, thank you. Now my freedom is assured. Pray, take this. I know 'tisn't much, but I've naught else to offer. Right, I'd best get going. Sir, though we may ne'er meet again, know that I shall remember this kindness as long as I live. Farewell.
I fear we have done Sir Offulf an unkindness. May he find the strength to weather his troubles.
We'd all hoped for a better outcome.
So, how goes it? Did you manage to retrieve the jadeite orb? Ah, splendid. You've my thanks. Before we discuss your reward, however, there is one final matter to which we must attend. You see, in my line of work, trust is paramount, and so we shall go to verify the orb's authenticity together. Come, I trust old Ibrahim's eye most of all. Let us pay a visit to his little scrap store. Follow my lead. Good day, Ibrahim. Would you be so kind as to examine this jadeite orb? Now, I have a bit of business to attend to while he performs his appraisal. I ask that you await my return here.
Tis no easy thing, making a living as a soldier.
What is it? The appraisal's not yet done, and I must needs concentrate.
Must hold out till someone comes to me.
He ought to be finished by now. Come, let us go see. You have done your title proud, Arisen. This jadeite orb is indeed the genuine article. My partners shall be most relieved to hear of its return. You have certainly earned your reward, I trust you will find it satisfactory. And I do hope you will permit me to call upon you again, should aught arise.
Well then, son, how much...
Well met, sir. How's the day treating you then?
They learned by now not to creep up on me.
Time to be heading home.
Still a while to go before we should. Reckon your road's been a long one. No trade towns can make you right sick of crowds, but here, at least, you'll find a bit of peace. And quiet. Many thanks. Go on, have a look.
Sir Fulvi. The artist whose service Sir Clark commissioned is residing in Batal. Shall we go and meet with him? Ah, yes, I know just where to find this person. Follow me.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
So, you seek to enter Batal, I presume? I'll have to check your permit.
Leave this place at once. You have no right to be here.
Could you come over here?
My feet always take me here.
I'm going to
Greetings. We see a great many customers given our location, so you'll have to forgive us if the ale run...
I'm afraid I don't have any knowledge about that quest as yet. If you require guidance, you must hire a pawn who does.
This ox cart's bound for Vernworth. I'll not take you anywhere till I've had my due.
What the?
An ox cart ought to make up.
Seems my luck's fine.
Let my magic imbue your weapon with the fury of the elements.
I've some catching up to do.
Outstanding.
Feast your eyes on this.
There's more where that came from.
We prevailed by the skin of our teeth.
What fails to destroy us only in...
Very useful ingredients to be gathered here, I'll wager.
No harm in picking a few. Sleep. Or a comfy bedroll.
Only care I have is how to spend the day.
Aye, this year's deal looks...
There's a ladder here.
Oh, excellent find.
What should we do?
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tale by
A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
Are we to depart at this hour? I cannot see why we should choose to stumble around in the dark.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Feeling rested, I trust?
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I bear word from Regent Ken Sven, Your Majesty. He espied the delivery of a suspicious package to a man named Allard, a minister who happens to be one of the Queen Regent's staunchest and most powerful allies in the palace. From the pains he took to remain on scene, 'tis plain that Allard wished this delivery kept away from prying eyes. That alone is reason to suspect a connection to Deeza's schemes. We must get to the bottom of it. The Regent Kin intends to call Allard to his chambers come nightfall. He bids you to use this opportunity to search the minister's chambers and see if there's aught to be learned. What say you, Your Majesty? I shall ensure that the door to the minister's chambers is open between midnight and dawn. Pray, use that time to infiltrate and uncover aught worthy of suspicion.
We have been entrusted with a task. Let us approach it with all due care.
Onward to Vernworth Castle. We're off to Vernworth Palace, then. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. We pawns are barred from entering the palace, but nothing shall keep me from escorting you to the gates.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Here at last. Do you know how long you'll be?
You are the Arisen, yes? Follow me! Tis best you move along. Should we pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
The news. Just about any recruits are to be sent out to Melv. Melv, I say. I'm not sure who he is. It's beyond my care.
I wish the minister would be more careful. He takes the sentinel posted outside his chambers with him everywhere. There are times when no one's standing watch there at all.
Aye, it happened just yesterday, in fact. The light stayed when I saw the door
I'm unsure how
best things.
You are not permitted to be here. Move along.
Suppose courage can only take you so far. Those new recruits are their sorts.
Quite the predicament. Time to be
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Well met, sir. Forgive my presumption, but were you the one who gave my granddaughter that medicine in Melv? I thought so. She's not stopped talking of her adventure since she arrived home. You have my sincerest thanks for aiding her. That girl's always running off on some fool's errand or other, for all my chiding. Once she gets an idea under her bonnet, there's simply no talking her out of it. Now listen, 'tisn't much, but I'd fain offer you a discount on my wares. Pray, make good use of it, won't you?
Must we run everywhere? You are an impatient one, Arisen.
Let us endeavor to keep...
Welcome and well met. Don't think I've forgotten... or discount now. I'm not...
Always a pleasure.
Not sure what they expect. I'm no cook, am I?
We're off to Vernworth Palace, then. Let us make for the palace, that you might investigate Minister Allard's chambers. Though I cannot enter the palace myself, I will at least escort you to the entrance.
We're in your hands, sir. Much obliged.
We pawns are barred from entering the palace, but nothing shall keep me from escorting you to the gates. Here, if you please.
This is no life.
Good, we're here. Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
Got to keep moving.
'Tis best you move along. Should one pray, be cautious, Your Majesty.
I must earn people's faith. Preparation is key. My utmost energy.
I only pray my watch finishes without incident.
I dare say I can forget all my troubles here.
They wish they were in my boots. If they only knew.
So tight. I'd kip just about anywhere. I'd sooner stay out of battle, were it possible.
These soldiers lack discipline.
What to do about combat training?
Got to
What business could be so pressing that
I would not presume to know, my lord. However, it must be a highly sensitive matter for the Regent Kin to request a private audience.
Or perhaps the boy has finally grown wise to the benefits my favor can bring. He might just be his mother's puppet, but at least he knows what's good for him.
My lord, if someone were to overhear...
Oh, unwring your hands, you fool! As if anyone in this palace would dare say a word against me. Now, if Wilhelmina calls, tell her to await me in my chambers.
Surely none more important than this. I speak of the ascension of the Sovereign.
Indeed. But that, Your Grace, would be better discussed in the presence of your mother.
Sometimes I wonder if I'm cut out.
Wishing my owner can wait till the morn.
Well, well. Yours isn't a face I'm accustomed to seeing around the palace. How did you get in here?
Oi! Who goes there? Who's there?
Tut, tut. Now, this just won't do. How's a lady supposed to work with all these interruptions?
Oh, it is you, Lady Wilhelmina.
Mm-hmm. Do excuse us. We thought to enjoy a little fresh air. Though we had hoped for slightly more privacy, if you catch my meaning.
Apologies, my lady. But might I ask the name of your companion?
Are you sure it would be wise? Such knowledge has been known to cost a man his head.
Understood, my lady. If anyone asks, I shall say I saw naught.
A narrow escape. You should count yourself lucky that he was so easily flustered. I don't appreciate having my motives questioned. I did as I saw fit. Need I say more? Still, you are welcome to come calling, should the fancy take you, and should you have the gold for it. Off you go now. If you wish to speak further, 'twill have to wait. This is neither the time nor the place for it.
Some of us get complacent, but I train every day.
I cannot help but be wary.
But not at the expense of it early to arrest us yet.
It seems you've made a discovery regarding the false sovereign. Huzzah! We must inform Captain Brandt at once. Follow me, Master, if you would. I'll bring you to the one you seek. We've arrived, I see. That's a relief.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. I know this sigil well. 'Tis the crest of the neighboring country of Batal, a land with which Vermin has no official dealings at present. Let me see. It reads, "True to our word, we offer you the power of the Godsway. Pray make haste in securing Melv, that all might be made ready ere our plans are set in motion." A meager clue, to be certain. Though, 'tis clear that the Queen Regent conspires with Batal. This does not bode well at all. Though the political situation is stable at present, much blood has been spilled between Vermund and its neighbor in the past. I fear such a partnership would only portend the drawing of more. At any rate, 'twould seem our search has led us to only more questions. Chief among them, what is meant by securing Melv and this Godsway? I will investigate these matters as best I can. In the interim, Your Majesty, should you have time to spare, might you make for Melve? Only once we have gleaned a fragment of the Queen Regent's plot can we begin to thwart it. And ere it slips my mind, pray, take this. Perchance it...
Queen Regent Disa appears to be working in concert with this Phaser's fellow. But what precisely is their aim?
As a reward for Your Majesty's efforts, you have been invited to attend the coronation. 'Twould seem congratulations are in order. You will, of course, require raiment befitting of the occasion. I would ask that Your Majesty return once you've procured such attire. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Of all those who serve the Queen Regent, there is but one who I have no doubt will lend his support to Your Majesty's cause. I refer to Waldar, a magistrate. Many a time has Disa demanded Waldar amend the Code of Vermont to her own benefit. And many a time has the magistrate refused her, for he is loyal to none but the spirit of the law. As a result, he now sits in a cell beneath the palace. Our laws dictate that Your Majesty is our rightful ruler. Thus, as the staunchest supporter of the law known to the palace, I'm quite confident that Waldor will be willing to vouch for Your Majesty. What say you? Might you be willing to aid me in arranging the magistrate's release? I've prepared a means for you to enter the palace dungeons. This mission demands the utmost secrecy. Prithee be cautious, Your Majesty. Should you be discovered, I will be unable to lend aught in the way of aid. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen Your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If Your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so before we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when your preparations are complete. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Pray, make use of the key I gave you to enter the palace dungeons, Your Majesty. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve the citizenry.
Though I cannot enter the palace myself, I will at least escort you to the entrance. Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So, you've come. Captain Brant bade me allow you passage. So, you've come.
Stupid little...
Too quiet here for my liking.
What's the thought about this?
There's a ladder here.
Oh, excellent find.
Seems my feet always...
Ox carts make for relatively safer travel.
Walking everywhere is certainly tiring.
That we still have no inkling of the false sovereign's origins is most vexing.
We must rest, though the sun is still up.
Night time already. I thought it was rather dark.
Shall we check our packs and be off?
Ready to forge on?
Doing about a dozen things at once.
Still a while to go before my shift's over. Suppose I'd best get to work. Should I get up today? Well,
Time to be heading. I've more time than I know how to spend.
Still waiting on that report.
Have no fear, Master. I'll fare all right without you for a little while.
'Tis not our place to hurry the Arisen.
So, you've come.
First, assess the The best quality is sold to me now is loyalty.
Have you come to release me from this jail? Who are you? Aha! Then we are presented with three options. Either or, Jesus Arisen is false, or you are lying to me. Have you proof that you are arisen, as you say? Ah, they say the Arisen's breast bears a wound akin to the dragon's claw. By that mark, 'twould seem 'tis true. This reminds me of a happening 148 years ago. During the reign of Regent Alphonse, a man named Crusoe appeared and claimed to be arisen. He went before the people, insisting that he, and not Regent Alphonse, was the true arisen, the one fit to lead them as their ruler. And what befell him, you ask? Ha! Crusoe was discovered to be a liar, whereupon his head was liberated from his shoulders on the spot. Aye, I dare say your arrival portends another beheading, but whose will it be, Escape? But why? Here, I spend my days perusing the code and deciphering old texts. I can devote all my time to my own interests. And I need not turn my ear to Deesa's absurd demands. 'Tis a paradise to me, this cell. That said, if you know of a place with a mountain of tomes I could delve into, I might rethink the matter. Tell me, does that ring any bells? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave me be. Oh, on the hunt for the grimoire entitled Towering Earth, are you? One moment. Here it is. Towering Earth, the Forsaken Text. Aye, you may take it. I can cast no magics myself, after all. Left in my care, 'tis as a pearl before swine. Not to mention, I've already read it. Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? I suspected as much. Then we are done here. Leave. Well, I suspected as much. Then we are done here.
Enough waste yours for
Won't someone do aught about this?
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
We ought to put it to good use.
Welcome.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim. At a place with books likely to entice Magistrate Waldo, you say? Nor Kendrick of the Gracious Hand is versed in many things. Perchance he knows of such a place?
I've just recalled a little tidbit I heard from the locals.
If you refer to changes in the military's makeup, I've heard the same.
Indeed. Tell is, there's been a shift in the chain of command.
What should I do?
The crops all benefit from all this sunshine.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less...
Just yonder looks to be a good spot.
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Few can afford perpetual generosity.
I find such solace in prayer. The pursuit of betterment is an endless journey.
I'll gather this. It might be of use.
Sums up.
Wickedness has no hold upon a tranquil mind.
At once, Master.
Arms for the poor. Pray grant those less fortunate some salvation. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune smile upon you, kind sir. Was I lacking in devotion? Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms? You can afford perpetual generosity.
The heavens have forsaken us. All is lost.
Got a crack at sets my thoughts down dark paths, this place.
As I recall, we have another matter to attend to in this domain.
Perhaps we ought to go there first. What say you, Arisen?
If our prayers are not heeded, what hope have we?
I'd go home anything better than this. I don't like this place even the grave.
I can proceed no further.
Was I lacking in devotion?
Got a crack a few skulls if you want to be topped off.
This is generally used as a material.
Different combinations of materials result in different creations.
Some call it culture, I call it Dogma. I know every face here.
That looks promising. Any ideas as to how we might reach it?
It's one of life's great pleasures.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true Arisen. All shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. Pray inform me when your preparations are complete. Is there aught else you would speak of, Your Majesty? Do not forget that we work to serve...
There's a ladder here.
Perhaps new discoveries await us above.
Shall we get some rest then?
I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Off we go, then.
Feeling rested, I trust?
Death comes for me next.
What should I do?
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
Was I lacking in devotion?
There's no telling what will happen if I...
Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Few can afford perpetual generosity. Was I lacking in devotion?
I don't feel safe here.
Must be Mary, the guys come from us. Can't we make our own?
Wish I had someone to talk to.
If our prayers are not heeded, what hope have we?
May tomorrow be as uneventful as today. Only that strife to me remains.
If our prayers are not heeded, what hope have we?
There's no telling what will happen if I linger here. I shall propose to me.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
We scarce afford to keep us fed these days.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow. It's just life.
I don't feel safe here.
Dirt, sweat, and toil. Each day's more of the same.
Not my kind of place, this.
Stomach's complaining. I'll have an early supper.
Always got to be in the thick of things, mate.
Heavens have forsaken us. Well met, Sir Arisen. Might I trouble you for alms for the poor? Many thanks. May fortune... Ah, hold on a moment, Sir Arisen. Perchance you would be willing to aid me with another matter. You see, one of the children we care for here at the Gracious Hand has gone missing. Malcolm, his name is. He's a steady lad. I can't imagine he would have run away. This building's very old. It could be that he's found himself in some strange corner of it. Might I impose on you to search for him?
It would seem we've a need to scrounge up information. It is tedious work, but I suppose we'd best get to it.
Right you are.
What say we gather some information? I can guide you to the vicinity of our destination, Master.
The guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Malcolm's been really into exploring of late. Just the other day, he was going around telling anyone who'd listen about how he was an ox hair away from making some big discovery.
This looks as good a place as any. Good day to you.
None of us is guaranteed tomorrow.
Malcolm? All he's doing of late is picking through rubble. Don't know why he bothered.
Best be heading home.
The other day, I chanced to see a most resplendent ox cart on the high road. Now, that's not so strange, but guess who I saw riding in it? Poor little Daphne. I doubted my eyes, I did. And rightly so, as it turned out to be a young boy. The resemblance was so uncanny, I mistook him for her. Gave me a right shock, let me tell you. Odd to think a young noble should so closely mirror a girl of the slums. Their faces may match, but the lives they lead are as different as night and day. Aye, 'tis a cruel world we inhabit. I've troubles enough of my own.
Aye, sir.
Where could Malcolm have gotten off to? Perhaps you could try asking the other children. I haven't been able to get much out of them myself.
I wonder what it was Malcolm found. Treasure?
Say, I've noticed you walking around questioning people. Looking for information, are we? If I were you, I'd pay a visit to the jail next, if you haven't already. The place is full of unsavory characters, as one might expect, who've seen things ordinary citizens aren't privy to. I should know. I was among their company till just recently.
I'm quite sure I wasn't dreaming. But ox carts don't run so late at night. Was it a phantom then? I shudder to think.
If I sleep on my woes, mayhap they'll
Let me get that.
You ought to be ashamed of yourself. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Come to think of it.
What would you ask of me? I've naught left to offer. Pray let it end.
Where could Malcolm have gotten off to? Perhaps you could try asking the other children. I haven't been able to get much out of them myself.
I can't stay here.
What should I do? What to do? What to do? I've no mother or father to speak of, you see. So the nice people at the Gracious Hand take care of me. I wanted to get them a present to say thank you, and I thought a bunch of flowers would be just the thing. The problem is, I can't seem to find any good ones. Do you think you could help me? All I need is a bunch of pretty flowers. For true. Thank you ever so much, Arisen. I'm sure you'll find the prettiest flowers there ever were. Hoi, Arisen! Have you brought me a bunch of flowers already? Oh, just look at them. They're the most beautiful flowers I've ever seen. These should brighten the sisters' days. Say, would you mind terribly if I asked you another favor? See, one of my friends taught me a magic spell. It's supposed to let you meet whomever you like. All you have to do is find a silver stone, put it under your pillow, and say the magic words. But there's the problem. I've been looking all over for such a stone, and I can't find one anywhere. Would you find a silver stone and bring it to me, Arisen? For true. I knew I could count on you, Arisen. I'll be waiting.
Our next mission is to acquire a silver stone. Mayhaps silver ore will serve. We can purchase it, or mine it up ourselves.
'Tis no great shock to me.
That's quite enough!
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Oh, excellent find.
Gather round. Treat your ears to a tail bite.
Is this a challenge, Arisen, to see who can keep pace?
Let us endeavor to keep up, though we are less fleet of foot.
I expect this ore will suffice for the silver stone Miss Daphne requested. Let us deliver it to her now.
Oh, I can't find a silver stone anywhere. Have you fared any better? Oh, just look how it shines. Thank you ever so much. Say, aren't you curious who I want to meet? Well, I'll tell you. My mother and father. I don't even know what they look like, you know. Not to say I'm unhappy at the gracious hand, of course. But I'd really like to meet them, even just once. I want to tell them how grateful I am that they gave me life. Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hiya, Risen. You'll help me again if I need it, won't you? Please.
Miss Daphne seemed pleased with our efforts. Mayhap we ought to pay her another visit sometime soon.
I suppose 'tis so. Who might have the answers we need? Shall we...
Oh, it's so shiny. Oh, hiya, Risen.
You're wasting your time talking to me.
Is it true you're the Arisen? That's what I've heard, anyhow. Only, I seem to recall someone else boasting of being the Arisen over in the tavern about 6 months ago. Just be sure you play your part well, whatever the truth. The Arisen takes the crown here in Vermund, after all. The fellow Drake or two, and I reckon you'll earn the people's faith. Good luck to you.
I shall lead us to our destination, so do try not to rush ahead.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
The heavens have forsaken us.
All is lost.
They're all watching me. I swear it.
None of us is caring for mine requires no ostentation.
You fond of those eyes? Keep them to yourself.
What business would you have with a humble farmer?
Maybe he was hoping to find something shiny among the rubble. Wonder if he found... Maybe he was hoping to find something shiny among the rubble. Wonder if he found anything good.
Was I lacking in devotion? Where could Malcolm have gotten off to?
Perhaps you could try asking the other children. I haven't been able to get much out of them.
Suppose you're all right.
Is Malcolm all right? We were supposed to go exploring together, but I overslept and he went without me. Wish he'd woken me up. I was really looking forward to going down into those vaults. Oh no. I wasn't meant to tell anyone that.
I suppose we'll be wanting to report back now. Just where are these vaults exactly? Let us return to Sir Kendrick.
Vaults, you say? By my knowledge, they were sealed off. Ah, but you mentioned rubble, aye? Then perhaps the lad found a way through. Come, I fear there's not a moment to lose. Pray, follow me, and quickly. I believe this is the place to which the children were referring. Look, there, a hole. Could he have passed through here? There is naught to be done but have a look for ourselves. The passage ahead looks small, but we may be able to squeeze through. Let us make haste.
I'll gather this. It might be of use. Danger might lurk anywhere. Wear every shadow. And mind the ceiling.
We'll manage, whatever comes. We always do, don't we?
Having more of these to hand ought to serve us well in battle.
Let us take care when and how we put them to use. I grant you lightning's fangs.
Malcolm, thank goodness you are unharmed. You have my eternal gratitude, Sir Arisen. Now I can breathe freely at last.
Sir Kendrick? You'll never believe what I've found. It's just up ahead. Books, sir. Books, books, and more books. It's like some sort of secret workshop.
Truly? Perhaps we ought to take a look.
We ought to follow close behind, lest we get separated.
There's no great shock to me.
the chest. I shall take a look inside. How are we to get through this door? Nicely done.
Heavens above!
Isn't it amazing? And I found it. Me.
'Tis quite a find indeed. Is this some manner of archive? Why, I've ne'er seen so many books. This collection must be worth a fortune. 'Tis a veritable treasure trove of wisdom. Might I ask that you not share the existence of this place with others, Sir Arisen? We cannot allow the knowledge accumulated here to be misused or mistreated. We ought to entrust its care to someone worthy, someone who can appreciate its true value. Pray, tell me if you know of such an individual. As for you, Malcolm, I forbid you from telling anyone else about this place. It will be our little secret. Understood?
Oh, but...
However, in exchange for your silence, you may come and go as you please. Let's investigate this place's secrets together, eh?
It near boggles the mind that so impressive an archive slumbered here. 'Tis surely any scholar's dream.
You have my support.
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder?
This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never expected this.
Water is nigh invisible in this gloom. No few times has an overconfident step soaked my boots.
I dare say that's part and parcel of the adventurer's trade.
This place is amazing. I knew I'd find something down here, but I never...
The books ne'er seem to end. Who could have brought them here, I wonder?
Let my magics grant you an elemental boon.
That's no good.
Hello. I shall gladly aid you if 'tis within my power. An unsettled mind. Surely, it is good to see you are well. Pray, keep your voice low. I shall gladly aid you if 'tis within my power. What troubles fester in the people's hearts?
We might scratch another task off our list while we're here, if we are so inclined.
We shall have to decide which is the most pressing. We cannot do everything at once.
It was a paltry repast, but I'm grateful to be fed.
Isn't there anything to do round here?
May the heavens protect you.
Dead on my feet. Coffee Stories is one of life's great pleasures. Would taste twice as fine here.
There's a ladder here.
We ought to put it to good use. A good sleep will ensure we are prepared for the morrow.
It appears night has fallen while we slept.
Step lively. Journey by starlight shall make for a nice change of pace.
Ready to forge on?
Do you know how long you'll be? I only ask so that I might adopt the most effective stance to recuperate my strength.
So, 'twas not to be.
'Tis no
So, 'twas not to be.
My legs are stiff as boards after training.
I'd hasten home, were this not my duty.
Well, have you found some place I might sate my scholarly curiosities? Oh, to think such a place existed. How very curious. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own. Come along. Come along. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I might be able to find the rest. Come along. Guide me outside, then. If you can deliver me from this pit, I ought to be able to find the rest of the way on my own. This should be far enough. My thanks. If you truly are arisen, then I swear to someday repay this debt I owe. Words may be wind, but there's naught else I can offer you at present. Pray visit me if you've the time or inclination. Mayhap the knowledge I've gained reading tomes of Eld could be of some use to you.
We ought to bring word of this to Captain Brandt. Follow me, if you would.
I swear it's dead on my feet. Maybe I'll keep right here.
My legs are stiff as boards off the train. Would that all my days were so
We're here, Master.
There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. It seems Magistrate Wardor has been safely delivered from his cell. The man's dedication to justice shall doubtless be a great boon to our cause. Mayhap 'twould be prudent to visit the man on occasion and avail yourself of his vast stores of wisdom. Now, would you be so kind as to return the key I lent you? I thank you. Pray, take this. Consider it remuneration for your Majesty's efforts. There is much we ought to tend to, if we are to strengthen your Majesty's claim as a true arisen. Aught shall change once we have attended the coronation. If your Majesty has any unfinished business to attend to, 'tis best you do so afore we depart. Very well. The coronation is to take place on the morrow. We shall depart early in the morn, so your Majesty would do well to get a good night's rest.
Master, pray leave this place. My body, it refuses to obey me. There is a voice within my mind. It commands me, sways my very will.
Sways your will? Could it be that the gods sway? We must quit this place, your Majesty. I fear our plans may fall to naught. Let us return to the tavern. We've been had. The false sovereign commanded the pawns at the coronation, proving his own power as Arisen. According to Regent King Sven, the pretender was wearing some sort of lavish necklace at the time. I imagine this artifact is the Godsway mentioned in that letter. Perchance 'tis a tool that grants power akin to that of the true Arisen. Alas, unless we find some way to unmake this Godsway's power, proving your Majesty's legitimacy shall be difficult indeed. Pray, allow me time to search for a way forward. I shall inform your Majesty when I have prepared a plan of action.
Never could I have imagined such an outcome. What manner of artifact is this Godsway? I suppose 'tis pointless to ponder. Let us await the results of Captain Brant's investigation.
I suppose 'tis so. Shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit? I find myself wondering how the lass fares. A person of import, I take it? Very well. I will lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Right, just follow me.
A crime committed here will see one confined to jail.
As I understand it, the pay of a jailer is miserable for all their toil.
Then a bribe might avail us, should the time come. Shall we get some rest, then?
Now we've the vim to tackle the day ahead.
Come, we've much to be getting on with.
Shall we get underway? Shall we pay Miss Daphne another visit? I find myself wondering how the lass fares. A person of import, I take it? Very well. I will lead the way.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Our road was a long one, but here we are at last.
Oh, it's not right. It doesn't make any sort of sense. The doctor examined him afore and said he'd be better with a bit of medicine. Yet e'er since he came here, he's only gotten worse.
I understand how you must feel, but you must see that your son's health continues to wane. There is no medicine that can heal him outright. He requires proper treatment. I am caring for him as best I can. However, if you truly cannot entrust him to me, perhaps you would care to take him home with you instead. Mayhap convalescing in a place familiar to him would aid his recovery. Of course, I would be sure to visit him as oft as I am able.
Home, you say?
Dear, we are pressed enough as 'tis.
All right, he stays. But pray, bring my son back to health.
I will look after him. I swear it.
I don't know what to do.
Sir, ought you not be in... Ah, forgive me. 'Tis a pleasure to make your acquaintance. My name is Eleanor. I have the privilege of serving as abbess here. I regret that I cannot offer you a cup of tea, but I'm in the middle of making my rounds of the patients. Not to mention, I have to find the means to procure more medicinal ingredients. Oh. You wouldn't happen to know someone willing to brave the roads, would you? I know 'tis perilous, but there is one ingredient in particular we cannot afford to run out of. You would procure it yourself. In that case, might I trouble you to bring me some miasmite? The slums are a bane to the body's humors, and its residents are oft prone to illness. We do what we can with what little we have, but we're always short on helping hands. Your aid is most appreciated, sir.
Tell is, miasmite can be harvested from phantoms.
What to do? What to do? Hoy, Arisen! Say, have you heard about the state of the river? Do you know the river close by the church? Well, it's come to be full of muck and filth and all sorts. That's a problem for the church, as it draws from the river to make holy water. The water's so filthy that it's going to take twice the amount of gold ore to purify it. I was thinking you could help the priests by finding some gold ore. After all, it wouldn't be good for anyone if the church ran out of holy water. I was hoping you'd say that. Thanks ever so much. I'll help too. I'll look for gold ore every place I can think of.
Now we seek gold ore. Though 'tis sold in shops, mining some ourselves might prove the better choice.
I suppose 'tis so.
But not at the expense
Not sure what they expect.
This ladder looks sturdy enough to climb.
Ah, excellent find.
I assume you haven't forgotten the delivery we were to make here, Arisen?
We ought to make the delivery now, lest it should end up lost or misplaced.
I suppose 'tis so.
Fancy a look at my wares? Do come again.
Not buying? That's just as well. Better to be selective than wasteful.
The Arisen is ever prudent in the application of coin.
Say, have you been to Harm? 'Tis a quaint little village down by the sea. Well, if you do visit, you might want to give the old man who lives there a wide berth. I hear he sets out to sea on his boat, day after day, only to be returned to shore by the brine again and again. As if that wasn't queer enough, he's apt to talk your ear off about some world he believes lies beyond the sea. I cannot fathom his obsession. I suppose losing his family must have driven him to madness.
Treat your ears to a tale by a master storyteller. And should my tale entertain you? Nay, even if it shouldn't, I would greatly appreciate a coin or two to soothe my throat with a mug of ale. Now, listen close, as today I shall speak of riddles and monsters with frightful mystique. In the north of Vermund is our curious tale staged, where ventured a hero off left off the page. He delved into a temple of baleful feature, only to be confronted by a four-legged creature. But when our hero drew his blade, unto him a demand was made.
This might contain useful information.
It couldn't hurt to take a peek.
There was no time for shock and dismay, as answer my riddle, did the fearsome thing say. The trickery was clear. To respond meant certain doom. But in the midst of his answer, he'd doubtless be consumed. So a mighty attack did our hero dispense, to conquer his foe and banish it thence. With a single strike was the towering beast repelled, to quail in fear at the mortal strength it beheld. Such is the legacy of Lord Rosamond, who, needless to say, was the father of House Berkeley, which lives on.
I'd wager we've plenty of gold ore. Shall we deliver it to Miss Daphne? Fret not, Master. I know precisely where this person can be found.
A guide is most welcome. Now we shan't lose our way.
Good, we're here.
Oi, Arisen! Have you found any gold ore yet? Wow! This'll be plenty, I reckon. Thank you ever so much. Listen, I was talking to the priests, and apparently our troubles aren't over yet. Would you be willing to lend us a hand again, Arisen? Just one more time. Thanks. So, remember how I told you about the river by the church getting all mucky? Well, the grown-ups are saying it's gotten worse. Now lots of people who live nearby are falling sick. The priests have been treating everyone as best they can, but there's nowhere near enough medicine to go round. I want to help them, but I'm not sure what I can do. Apart from ask you, that is. Would you bring us some more medicine, Arisen? Oh, thanks, Arisen. What would we do without you? I'll talk to the priests in the meantime, see if there's anything useful I can do.
Now we've need of medicine. We can purchase it at shops, or make some ourselves by combining the ingredients.
Very well, if I must.
That's my thoughts.
A lonely place, but not without its charms. Greetings. You seek guidance, do you not? You need only make a worthy offering in exchange. 'Tis lovely to see you.
There's a ladder here.
After you, Arisen.
We must rest. Though the sun... I feel refreshed and ready for a new day.
Off we go, then.
Ready to forge on?
I'm in fine fettle today.
Had many customers with decent quality.
Unexpected there, so...
Boy, you're risen! Have you brought any medicine with you? Now that's just splendid! Oh, thank you, Arisen. This should be plenty. I'll take it to the church straight away.
'Tis a goodly deed we've done, aiding the sick. I only hope our efforts go a ways toward improving life in the slums.
I suppose 'tis so.
Hasn't anyone got coin to spend?
Must have taken a
Just got someone to talk to. I've got to get home. I can't stay here.
This place offers a view of the sea.
I wonder what lies at its bottom.
Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing business with... Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Many thanks. Well met. I assume you'll be starting off with a mug of the good stuff. Pleasure doing bit... This is nice. My place, the more the merrier. Suppose I best earn my keep. What did I ever do to you, eh?
My knowledge from other worlds tells me that a forgotten riftstone lies near here. Shall I lead the way?
Yes, Master. I shall hasten to your aid.
Freshly rested as we are, this battle ought to be in our favour.
Try not to get hit, lest all that vim go to waste. letting the enemy gain the upper hand. Early Griffin gets the worm, as they say.
I shan't allow any further.
A fine place to harvest some ingredients.
Shall we see if there's aught to be found while we're here?
We cannot break it from this side.
Really? Now?
Yes, sir. Have you procured what I asked? Unfortunately, I can give you little more than that. Forgive me, but I must return to my rounds directly. Ah, but in place of a reward, mayhap I could give you a tour of the premises. Only if you've the time and inclination, of course. What say? As servants of the gracious hand, we provide whatever treatment we can to those unfortunate who are stricken by maladies. Yet, at times, 'tis not enough. Perhaps you will recall the parents who were here when you first arrived. An unfortunate pair. They've suffered no few hardships in the slums, and now even their poor son Lubomir has fallen ill. By chance, he was examined by a roaming man claiming to be a doctor. Yet, the family had not the money for the medicine he required. So, he was put into our care.
Ah, I'll take that. We might find a use for it.
Lady Elena is willing to show us around the gracious hand. I say we make full use of this opportunity.
Here he is. This young man is Lubomir. We've been administering the medicine recommended by the doctor who examined him, but he has yet to show any sign of recovery. To be perfectly honest, I doubt the soundness of that so-called doctor's judgment. After all, there is no shortage of ne'er-do-wells out there, willing to claim their medicine the only cure, that they might inflate its price. But I suppose I ought not say such things so openly. Come, come. We've medicine to prepare.
Psst. You there. Help me. Listen, the sisters here are good to us, but I'm growing weaker day by day. It started with a slight fever, and now I can scarce lift myself up. See that empty bed? An old man was lying in it till just a few days past. He told me he was feeling better, that he'd be well enough to leave anon. And now he's... Mayhap I'm just imagining things. I hope that's the case. And yet... Gah... Something isn't right about this place. Pray, should you hear any queer rumors about the gracious hand, come
You'll never reach our destination if you continue in that direction, Master. But I suppose I can guide us there later.
'Tis not for us to gainsay the Arisen's judgment. We must go where we are bid.